We usually think of the brain as this commander-in-chief, right? Just barking orders down to the rest of the body. A real top-down, one-way street of control.
But what if that's not the whole story? What if the real story, the one that actually shapes how we feel and our overall health, is, well, it's about how the brain listens? See, there's this constant silent conversation happening inside you, like right now. And I don't mean that metaphorically. It's a real physical network, a dialogue that connects every single major organ right back to your brain. And it's shaping our health in ways we're honestly just starting to wrap our heads around. And the main line for this conversation, it's this incredible structure called the vagus nerve. The name, honestly, is perfect. It comes from the Latin word vagus, which literally means wandering. And boy, does it ever. As the longest cranial nerve in our body, it really does wander all over the place. So its journey kicks off way down in the brainstem, the most ancient, primal part of our brain. This is where it plugs right into our most basic core functions.
From there, it makes its way down, kind of weaving through the chest. It has these little branches that wrap around the heart and lungs, giving it a direct line to, influence our breathing and our heart rate.
But it doesn't stop there, not even close. The nerve keeps going, heading deep into the abdomen and connecting to a whole host of organs. We're talking the spleen, the liver, the pancreas, and yeah, our entire gut. All of it, wired directly to the brain.
Okay, so what's all this wiring actually for? Well, the best way to think about it is as the body's main information superhighway. And just like any highway, you've got traffic going in two directions. You've got the efferent signals, those are the motor signals, traveling out from the brain. And then you have the afferent signals, the sensory ones, traveling back to the brain from the body.
But here is the really wild part. Get this. A whopping 80% of the nerve fibers on this superhighway are afferent. That means 80% of the information is flowing from the body up to the brain.
So what does that tell us? It means the main job of this nerve isn't to boss the body around. Its primary role is to listen. It's constantly gathering this huge stream of data about what's going on inside us.
And some of the things it's listening for are, well, they're pretty incredible. Which brings us to one of its most amazing jobs, keeping our immune system in check. So, scientists discovered something they call the cholinergic anti-inflammatory pathway. I know, it's a mouthful, but the idea behind it is actually pretty simple. The vagus nerve basically acts like a brake for inflammation in the body.
It works like a reflex, really. So when its sensory fibers pick up on the chemical signals of inflammation, a message shoots up the nerve to the brain. And the brain's response? It sends a signal right back down that tells the immune system to chill out, to pump the brakes on producing these things called cytokines, which are basically the body's fire alarms.
This deep listening ability goes all the way down into our gut. And this is the actual physical connection in what we now call the gut-brain axis. Yeah, the vagus nerve is like a direct hotline. It allows that huge ecosystem of microbes in our gut, we're talking trillions of them, to talk directly to the brain. And that conversation can influence pretty much everything, from our mood to how we think. Now, the first big hints about this connection actually came from some studies on mice. Back in 2011, researchers found that a certain probiotic could actually make mice less anxious. But here's the kicker. When they snipped the vagus nerve, that calming effect, it just vanished completely. And then we have clues from humans, too. This one is fascinating. A big study in 2015 looked at people who'd had a procedure called a vagotomy. That's where the vagus nerve is actually cut, something they used to do for ulcers. And they found that the people who had the main part of the nerve severed had a much lower risk of getting Parkinson's disease down the road. So, when you put these clues together, it starts to look like this nerve is way more than just a wire for sending signals. It might be a physical highway for things, good or bad, to travel from the gut up to the brain, influencing our long-term brain health.
The thing is, we're not supposed to feel any of this. There's no sensation, no physical feeling from this constant hum of information flowing back and forth between our body and brain.
It's just there. An ancient system, this wandering nerve, quietly shaping the entire landscape of our inner world from the inside out.